No more haramai, and thank you and welcome. And joining us, watching here at New Zealand Ice Hockey League, along with Bartek Evertovsky, and I'm Marko Multaharju. And we are here to watch tonight as the Canterbury Red Devils play their second game of the weekend against the Botany Swarm. We just finished talking about how we're both goalies and getting shot in the nuts all the time. That's not what we're here to talk about. Let's talk about the games at hand.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's no nut shots for the two goalies today, which are going to be Connor Parr for the Swarm starting again, his second game in a row. I think he's cemented his spot as the Swarm starter. So the Swarm have actually rotated through all of their young goalies this season, which is great to see. But I think Connor's been the standout. Yep. And Reason, who was the only reason yesterday that the Canterbury Red Devils, I think, had any chance in that game, he's having a well-deserved rest, and Tim Carey will be going in for the Devils.
That's right. And let's have a look at the league standings, because as it stands, the Admirals had just lost some points against the Phoenix Thunder down in Dunedin. So this gives the Botany Swarm an opportunity to jump up to second in the standings if they can manage 2 points tonight.
Yeah, that's right. That was a big upset for the Thunder on Friday night, taking down the Admirals. I think the final score was 6-2 or 6-3. Chaba left the game in the second period with a possible knee injury, I think, but he managed to come back yesterday and got the win in overtime, so they split the series down in Dunedin.
Yeah. Yeah, Lachlan Hyde played that first game, like half of it, brilliantly.
Yeah, she did well.
Yeah. And here the last 10 games for the Botany Swarms, where they've 5 wins, 2 overtime losses, 0 overtime losses, and 3 losses. And their all-time record against the Red Devils, their current power play and penalty kill. Whereas the Canterbury Red Devils in the last games, 1 win, 1 overtime loss, and 8 losses. So they'll be hoping to get some improvement on that statistic tonight.
Yeah, the Devils currently bottom of the table in the NZIHL, but they're probably hoping they can pull off an upset as the Thunder did against the Admirals tonight.
Yeah. That is the story of the league right now, where we've got the Stampedes, the Swarm, and the Admirals, and unfortunately Phoenix Thunder and the Canterbury Red Devils, all the challengers who are trying their best to get some points out of these top 3 teams. Here are the captains and assistants, and the goaltenders, Connor Parr starting today. And going forward to forwards, Colin March, Michael Atwell, Finlay Van Molbroek, Robin Vortnov, Jackson Fontaine, Alexander Polozov, Marcus McDonald, Josh Steen, Ivan Delmatau, Kyle Jonsson, Wilson Kushnerek, Dima Koptev, Leonard Wimmer, Andre Kozak, Richie Hopkinson, Artyom Anusov, Max Hill, Lucas Fontaine. On defense, Luke Simon, Andrew Hay, Remy Sandoy, Oliver Hay, Ryan McDonald, David Ruchitska, and Stefan Tula. Coached by Matthew Kennedy. And we're still waiting for the teams to get on the ice. It'll take 1 minute to do that. We had some keys to the game yesterday. One of them was about Botany Swarm having not produced anything on the power play. They managed to do that yesterday.
Yeah, they had struggled on the power play lately, which is surprising for such a talented offensive team. When you look at the Swarm lineup, all 4 lines that they have are a big threat. As we see, Kyle March is on the 4th line for the Swarm. Kyle March, as everyone in Auckland knows, is an absolute menace of a forward. So you can see all 4 lines are a danger for the Swarm. I think one issue I noticed watching the Swarm power play earlier this season, they often had Ivan Dalmatau standing in front of the goalie, and he's not the biggest guy, and he's a very skilled player, but I think maybe they weren't getting the most out of their player standing in front of the goalie. He wasn't able to screen as well, and we saw them adjust and put Remy Sandoy in that position, that screening position. I think it paid off.
All right, sounds smart. You change and see what works. But yeah, as you said, the Swarm have a really deep roster, what I've been really impressed with. They do need to keep awake, as they lost a lot of points against the Admirals just a few weeks back. And now they're back in the game. Could be back in the game in second standings after a win tonight. And the Red Devils, on the other hand, I think when I'm looking at the Red Devils, I'm seeing Ethan Hunt and
Esposito.
Phil Esposito being the 2 stars, and it's pretty much how much they lean on those or how much the other guys can support them.
Yeah, we saw yesterday Esposito scored a beautiful goal, dangled, dropped the puck under the defenseman's stick, and then deked past Connor Parr, who tried to poke check and tucked it in. Incredible goal. But I think at times maybe Esposito tried to do a little bit too much. So I think the Devils will need to give him some support to put him in a situation where he can go one-on-one with the Swarm defenseman, use his stick handling skills and his incredible shot, and not force Esposito to do everything. And of course, they will definitely need some excellent goaltending from Carey. So we saw Reason yesterday, I think, put up one of the best goaltending performances of the season this year in the NZIHL, and Tim Carey will need to do something similar to give his team a chance against this high-powered Swarm offense.
Yeah, he faced over 50 shots yesterday.
Yeah. And he made some truly incredible saves. I really enjoyed his. He made a Marc-Andre Fleury-style Secret Service save, if you remember that classic save from the Stanley Cup Finals against the Red Wings. Great to see. So Reason will be having a well-deserved rest today after his excellent performance, and Tim Carey will be taking over. And both teams are just getting ready for the opening face-off. So on the top line, we have Luke Simon on defense, Michael Atwell on center, and Remy Sandoy joining Luke Simon as his defense partner. Yes, and as you were saying, Houlihan.
And they're shouting out for
Polozov should be the third one. Polozov just getting off the bench. Forgot what his line is, possibly.
Yeah.
Now we're all lined up, ready for the puck drop. And the Devils win the opening draw, and we're underway. Just throw it into the Admiral zone and give chase. Luke Simon back there, throws it around the boards. Battle in the corner. Remy Sandoy and Polozov fighting for the puck against 2 Devils players. And the Swarm come out with it.
It's Houlihan skates hard, fast, and takes a shot.
Excellent shot by Houlihan. And a good first save by Tim Carey. And the Swarm with some early pressure and try to center it, but unable to make the connection. Devils clear the zone.
Or with the puck.
Or button hooks and tries to throw it across, but unable to make the connection. And Atwell is back there to pick it up and give it back to his defense. Remy Sandoy off the boards, and an awkward bounce off the boards. These boards here in Botany are quite lively. I'm curious if maybe the ice level around the boards might be a little bit higher, because it often looks like the puck ramps up as it hits the board. So it could be maybe the ice is slightly uneven. We'll have to watch for that today again.
Yeah, the Auckland ice is...
Now a shot from Wimmer, and an easy catch for Tim Carey. It was going wide, might as well get the catch and get the draw. Sorry, you were saying, Marku?
Yeah, the Auckland ice is pretty random and can surprise you anytime. Look, I mentioned that before the game that there's looks like Ryan McDonald is playing forward, and he did that yesterday as well. So he's lined up for left wing and instead of playing defense, and here he is with the puck behind the net and tries to center it.
Yeah, Tim Carey gets his paddle on. That is interesting to see, because he has usually played as defenseman, and on our team sheet we were given, he is listed as a defenseman there. It's interesting to see that change. But they did dress 7D today, so that could be why they're playing him as a winger occasionally, with Leonard Wimmer listed as the 7th defenseman for the Swarm. And Leonard back there gets beat by Esposito to the puck. Esposito tries to drive past, that was Ruzicka there, but Ruzicka, the veteran defenseman, former teammate of Yager, puts a stop to that. Kozak tries to center it to Domitau, unable to find his teammate. Swarm maintain possession. Jackson Fontaine to Domitau, unable to make the connection, but Domitau gets the puck back, throws it into the corner, retrieves it again himself. Ivan with the puck again. Back to Kozak behind the net, chased by Red Devils defenseman. Nice turn, tries to center, unable to find Ivan, and the puck ends up out of the zone. Stefan Thuler back there to collect. Back to Dalmatau. One forechecker chasing him. And the Devils force a turnover, but unable to keep the puck. And Dalmatau back there gives it to Thuler, his defenseman. Thuler with some nice moves to avoid the pressure. And a long pass tipped in by Jonsson onto Tim Carey. And those can be a little bit dangerous sometimes, those chipped shots or passes. So it can bounce awkwardly on you. And puck thrown into Connor. Connor misses it with a stick. He tried to knock it into the corner, but luckily no danger there. And thrown on net just high by the Devils. Vortinov picks it up, looking for some options. Patiently drives through the neutral zone and just throws it into the Devils zone, where it's retrieved by number 8. And the Devils manage to exit the zone, but don't maintain possession. And thrown in on on Carey, I should say. Interesting to see the Swarm are actually throwing it at the goalie often, as opposed to throwing it into the boards. Maybe trying to catch Tim Carey off guard. And almost a jam play there, but Tim Carey was sharp to get his paddle down and stop that. And a long pass picked off by Kyle March, who scored, or rather assisted, a beautiful goal yesterday. I think that was the opener for the Swarm. Looking for another today. McDonald in the corner, cycles it around behind the net. And an opportunity here, big save by Tim Carey. Swarm doing really well to prevent the Devils from exiting the zone. And once again, Kyle March almost gets a shot off after forcing a turnover. The Swarm still with possession, must have a tired Devils line out here at the moment. They'll definitely want to change soon. And finally, they'll exit the zone. Esposito slightly offside. He was hoping to get that pass, but that was Tappan, who carried it ahead, not realizing Esposito was waiting for that pass.
Yeah, Swarm definitely tiring the Red Devils. Like, I'm seeing a lot of intensity and hustle from the Swarm right now. They've got 4 lines and they're rolling them and they're skating hard.
Yeah, that's right. The Devils only traveled with 3 lines, whereas the Swarm are running almost 4 full lines. Atwell enters the zone, and a nice move to the outside, but fans on the shot, and it goes wide. The Devils retrieve it behind the net, but relentless forechecking by the Swarm forces a turnover. And it's just backhanded high out of the zone. The Devils really struggling to make clean exits. They're just throwing the puck out of the zone and unable to maintain possession. The Swarm again entering the Devils zone, looking for Thuler in the slot, unable to cleanly control it. And the Devils now get a one-on-one chance. That's Esposito, an extremely dangerous player. Excellent stick handling by Esposito. As we saw yesterday, scored a beautiful goal and almost created a chance for himself there. The Devils will want to set up Esposito in those one-on-one chances where he can use his stick handling skills. Dalmatau behind the net. Cycles it back to Fontaine. 2 excellent young players. Fontaine patiently passes it back to Thuler, I believe. Unable to get it back from Thuler. And the Devils exit the zone and just chip it in, but not to any of their players. And hand pass, I believe. Did you catch that, Marku?
No, I missed that call. They are giving a penalty to 55 for the Red Devils. I cannot say what happened. I missed that. Willis, 55 from the Red Devils.
Interesting. Did you catch what the call was? I didn't see what happened, actually. Must have been behind the play.
Yeah, we'll tell you as soon as we get the penalty on the board and what was the reason for it.
So the Swarm power play goes to work, and they retrieve the puck off the draw. That's Ruzicka back there on defense patiently, and fires it in, looking for deflection. Oh, and Tim Carey just gets back in time. The puck went wide, and then Ivan Domitau almost whacked it in.
Sneaky tip. Anyway, we're getting some information. So last night against the Red Devils, the Swarm produced a lot and deep because 12 out of their 19 Swarm players had 1 point then yesterday.
Well, you love to see it. Excellent depth on the Swarm roster. It's very impressive to be able to do that.
Thanks to our producer for
Ruzicka
that.
Fires in another low shot. And the Devils managed to chip it out of the zone. But Ruzicka retrieves it again. And Polozov dumps it in. Ivan Domitau giving chase behind the net.
And the reason we didn't see anything was verbal, because this penalty is abuse of officials.
Ah, interesting. Very naughty. It was number 55, I believe, who was abusing the officials. Is having a 2-minute think about it. Has 1 minute left to serve in his penalty. And shots currently 8-1 for the Swarm. They are really laying on the pressure and still have a minute to possibly get a goal here. And they win the draw again. Excellent work on the faceoff so far by the Swarm. Luke Simon back there on defense. Back to Fontaine. Fontaine looking for a shot. Oh, and he snipes it top shelf. What a goal by Jackson Fontaine. Action Jackson, as you call him, Marku.
That's right. Fontaine is back and scoring. Gets a nice feed from Luke Simon and has all the time and space to look for top cheese.
That's the Luke Simon to Fontaine connection. They're both students at University of Auckland in the computer science department. Had the pleasure of teaching both of them. Both nice young kids, excellent hockey players.
You're saying that was a smart play?
Very smart, clever. I'm sure they're. I'm sure I taught them that in one of my courses. I can take credit for that.
Well, there we go. Swarm take the lead on the power play.
And the Devils win the draw. Haven't won many draws so far this game. The Swarm have been the stronger team on the faceoff. Now Orr trying to dangle past Luke Simon, trying to test the young defenseman, but he's up to the challenge. Sandoy retrieves the puck behind the net, rims it around to Fontaine, who's still on after scoring that goal. Domitau controls it and touches it past the Devils defenseman, but the Devils are able to retrieve it. And that's Aura with some patient stick handling, looking for an option, but unable to get it into the Swarm zone. Domitau carrying the puck up. Attempts to pass it. Oh, and the puck awkwardly bounces into Tim Carey, who tries to catch it, but sort of swats it down into his feet. Luckily doesn't swat it into his own net. We're seeing the replay of the goal again now.
Yeah.
What a shot from the top of the circle by Jackson Fontaine. Absolutely rips it top shelf. Again, a draw in the Devils zone. And the Swarm win it again. McDonald back there. Back on defense. He played wing, as you pointed out slightly earlier in this period. They switched him up again back onto defense.
The Swarm must have an abundance of defensemen, and they McDonald is very good offensively. Play with him on the Summer League, and we did the exact same thing.
Yeah, I've played against your team, against the Toad Dragons, 2 years in a row. I can vouch for McDonald being an absolute menace. He's got a really good shot. And that is offside for the Swarm. I think that was Richie Hopkinson who just went offside. Speaking of the firepower the Swarm have, Richie Hopkinson on the third line for the Swarm. Incredible to see how much depth they have to have a player like Hopkinson.
They have depth, but what I'm seeing today is a lot of intensity and purpose. I feel like they're really hungry for the points tonight.
And Esposito carrying it, fires a long shot. Maybe he was trying to get it onto Connor just to surprise the young goalie. Nichols. And, ooh, the puck is lost. And Marcus McDonald gives chase, but the puck is too far ahead. And the Devils, I think, fire it into the netting, so we'll get a draw. Almost a breakaway that Marcus McDonald forced there, but just knocked it a little bit too far ahead.
I enjoy seeing Marcus McDonald skate. He's such a fast skater, creating opportunities.
Yeah, he's a young guy and quite a small player, but he's not afraid to get physical and doesn't get intimidated by the bigger players coming at him. And now there's a chance for the Devils, but unable to get the shot off. And the Swarm come back the other way. That's Kyle March carrying the puck, tries to dangle, unable to. Oh, and he passes it to the Swarm, and there's chaos in front of the net. And Marcus McDonald almost tucked it in. He had a lot of net to shoot at, but just put it wide on the backhand. Luke Simon fires it around behind, and the Devils win that battle and carry it up through the neutral zone. But an errant pass, not what you want to see there. Thrown away back to the Swarm. And Luke Simon retrieves it back there. Plenty of time with just one forechecker on him. Receives the hit, and Atwell fires it in. That's number 14. I believe that's Houlihan. Passes it to Polozov behind the net. Polozov has always got the puck on a string. So difficult to get it off of him. Back to Sandoy. Sandoy back to Polozov. Polozov fires it towards the net, looking for a deflection. Houlihan unable to deflect it. And the Devils retrieve it. But relentless pressure by the Swarm, making it really difficult for the Devils to exit their zone. And they evade the forecheck once again. Sandoy, long pass to Atwell. Atwell with a diving play to avoid the icing.
Good effort from Michael Atwell.
Atwell, the veteran, recently passed 200 games played. He had a rough time in his 200th game, taking a puck to the face and having to exit the game. But luckily, all he got was a black eye and a couple of stitches and didn't lose any teeth. So he's okay. That's Tappan back to his defenseman on the Devils, and another errant pass, putting his defense partner in a bad position. Oh, another turnover. The Devils definitely need to clean up their passing. They're throwing the puck away in their own zone. And I think that will be an icing call there, unless the referees decided to call that one. So the face-off will be in the Swarm zone. Shots are 10-1 at the moment for the Swarm.
Yeah, Connor Parr hasn't seen a lot of action. Here's the other side. Marcus McDonald's empty net attempt. Just couldn't elevate that on the backhand.
Yeah, it looked like it just came off the toe as a stick and a bit wide. So Connor Parr hasn't had much work, which you being a goalie as well, you probably understand. That's quite difficult when you're not getting much action. Ooh, and Kozak goes hard into the boards, and he's down. He's getting up slowly, but looks to be okay. We'll see the replay now. The puck fired all the way down the ice. Kozak winning that race to the icing.
Yeah, doesn't want to get the
tries
icing
to
this
whack
time.
it, and I think that should have been a trip.
That
yeah,
clearly should have been a trip, and that's a dangerous play when you're
yeah.
rushing to the hit boards and you get a stick in your skates and you go down.
Yeah, especially when you go into the base of the boards. They don't flex very much at that at the bottom, so it's not pleasant going in full speed. It's like hitting a brick wall. But luckily, Kozak seems to be okay, and the Devils are lucky to get away without giving up a penalty there for tripping. Nice passing by the Swarm, but a turnover to the Devils, though they're able to retrieve it. And there's Ryan McDonald again, looking like he's back on defense. Throws it into the slot, and it's fired in by Janssen. Absolutely no chance by Tim Carey.
There you go, Ryan McDonald takes it to the corner and finds some space in front of the net. And it bounces off to Kyle Janssen and he puts it in.
Yeah, Tim Carey couldn't see anything. You saw there was no reaction from him. He had one of his defensemen as well as a Swarm player standing in front of him. Wasn't able to get that depth, wasn't able to get to the top of the crease, didn't see anything. No chance for Tim. And it's 2-0 for the Swarm. And again, the Swarm win the draw. Leonard Wimmer with the puck. Chips it up to the other McDonald. Up to March. McDonald drives into the slot. Nice pass to Thuler. Thuler looking for the option at the side of the net, unable to make that connection. And the Devils get it out of the zone, but unable to maintain possession. They're just desperately trying to clear it a lot of the time when the Swarm are attacking. Leonard with a shot well wide of the net. Ooh, and a collision in the corner there. Kyle March behind the net, retrieves it. Battle behind the net. Little McDonald retrieving it. Back to Kyle March. Kyle March back to McDonald. Nice cycle. Back to Leonard Wimmer on the point. Ooh, and a shot. Almost a deflection, but Tim Carey managed to make that save with his chest.
Dangerous shot from Wimmer.
Yeah, quite dangerous with one of his forwards. They're sniffing for a deflection.
Yeah, the screen was good on the shot.
Leonard retrieves it, and young defenseman unable to get it out. Ooh, and his D partner is thrown to the ice. That was Thuler. Absolutely leveled by Esposito. Polozov looking for a long pass, and the chase is on, and the Swarm player retrieves it, fires it on net. It's between his legs.
On the line.
And just off the line, but and we've got a bit of a scrum here. Tim Carey is not happy about that, about getting bumped.
Yeah, Atwell is down on the ground. The referee has his hand up.
I'm not sure if that'll be goalie interference, and I'm guessing maybe a roughing call in exchange since Tim Carey retaliated.
Yeah, there is an active fight.
Yep.
And they're on the ground.
They're scrapping. Looks like we are probably going to get suspension from this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gloves and helmets are off. That's Polozov and Nichols going at it. Polozov, it's quite surprising. He's quite a mellow person when you meet him off the ice. But he's gotten fired up. And him and Nichols, I think, are probably going to get thrown out of this one. A little bit of punching with the gloves on is usually just a roughing call, but when the gloves and helmets come off, you're usually getting tossed.
Yeah, but technically, he's got his gloves
He does
on.
technically have his gloves on, but it looks like he is getting possibly tossed. We'll see what the calls are in the end.
Polozov goes to the bench and talks his team.
Seeing the replay now, actually.
Trying to motivate them.
Just dragged off the line. Carey was not happy. Threw a punch with the glove, not the blocker, which is a little bit more dangerous because the blocker's got a real hard board. So I think Tim Carey is getting away with that one. Maybe he'll just get a roughing call. We'll see what the penalties are in a minute.
Yeah, so mostly it was Atwell getting punched by Carey from the back, and then Polozov came in there and said that that's not okay, and that resulted in that fight against 55.
So it looks like
Willis.
Nichols got, was it Willis that was in that fight? I thought it was Nichols, but maybe I missed it. Nichols, I saw one Devils player going to the dressing room, so I think he's being tossed. Polozov is currently on the bench. Maybe he hasn't officially been tossed. We'll see in a minute.
The referees are going to discuss this for a while, and I assume we'll see a few penalties from this.
Yeah. Good to see it in the chat. Masked Mamba, greetings from Ireland. Thank you very much for joining us all the way from Ireland. I've been there once, went to Dublin to watch the All Blacks play against Ireland. It was a fun experience. Enjoyed my time there.
Nice away game in Ireland.
Sorry, I have to say I'm not a fan of Guinness, though. But I did enjoy Dublin otherwise.
Yeah, thanks for watching from Ireland. Glad to see you enjoying the level of play.
Yeah, it's quite surprising, actually. Like, when I moved here from Canada, I did not expect any hockey in New Zealand, and I did expect it to be this good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we see David Ruzicka, former teammate of the famous Jaromir Jagr at Kladno, and played against the Patrick Kane at the Under-18 World Championships, is playing for the Swarm tonight, and he's on the second D pair. So even someone like Ruzicka on the second D pair, that means that we have quite a lot of talent here
Yeah,
on
that's
this
right.
Swarm squad.
And he also seemed to have a bronze medal from, was it under 18s, juniors, worlds?
Yeah, that's when he played against Patrick Kane and picked up
Yeah,
the bronze medal.
right.
So it's excellent to see such a high caliber of players coming here to New Zealand. By the way, if there's any of you watching out there who happen to play high-level hockey, usually we look for, I think, ACHA Division 1 or 2 or higher, so NCAA D3, D2, or if you played like Major Junior in Canada. So if you're keen to come play some hockey here in New Zealand, get in touch and with one of the teams, and we'd love to see you on the ice out here in New Zealand. We're allowed to have 2 imports per team that can dress each game. Goaltenders, however, count for 2 imports, so it's rare that you see import goaltenders, which I think is a good rule because it gives the Kiwi goaltenders a chance to develop.
And the same goes for any Finns listening, 3rd or 4th tier hockey players. Very welcome here in New Zealand.
That's
we had
right.
a few of them a few years ago. I'd love to see more Finnish representatives come over.
That's right. On the Swarm, we tend to have a lot of Czech representation because Andre Kozak tends to get his Czech friends over. So we had Stepanek, pro Czech player from Europe. I think he was playing in France, who came over last year. And now Ružička, another pro Czech player this year. And Houlihan is their other import, right? I don't remember where Houlihan is from. I think he's Canadian, maybe American. Not sure. Referee is still discussing with Hay and Devils representative. Apologies for the delay, but I hope you enjoyed that scrap. It's not common that we get full-on scraps in New Zealand.
That is rare.
As we
rare
play,
treat.
Yeah, we play IIHF international rules for the most part, so fighting is much less common than it is in North America, where I used to watch Major Junior a lot in North America, as well as NHL, cheering for my local Brampton Battalion and London Knights, and you'd see a lot of scraps in Major Junior, not so much over here.
Yeah, I mentioned 3rd and 4th tier leagues in Finland. That is Division 2 and Suomi-sarja. So those kind of players would be wonderful to see. That's where Polosov played
really?
back in Finland. He also played the 2nd tier.
Oh, neat. I didn't realize Polosov played in Finland. That's cool to see. Was he born in Finland?
No, Estonia.
Okay.
So the southern neighbor.
Yeah.
Not a big hockey country, but a really good level in terms of competition with
calls now. So that was Willis misconduct. Game misconduct for fighting.
Alex Polozov, also 5 minutes fighting in a game
So Polozov also tossed
5-minute major and make game misconduct.
For the Canterbury Red Devils, the goaltender, number 91, Timothy Carey, 5 minutes for fighting.
Oh, so actually the goaltender, Tim Carey, 5-minute penalty. I think is he getting tossed in that case? Are they going to have to put in reason? I'm not sure.
Yes, they said 5 minutes for fighting. 2 minutes for charging for Atwell.
Oh, I missed that one. I thought maybe it would be goalie interference against Atwell.
So far, there's only Atwell sitting in a box. No, wait, there is a Red Devil hot.
Okay, so the Devils on the board at the moment. It's saying 5-minute penalty against the Devils and 2 minutes against the Swarm.
Hodge will be sitting for the Red Devils in place of Willis.
So Tim Carey looks like he hasn't been ejected, as he's maybe he's trying to.
Now the ref is
the
saying
referee
that
is telling him
you cannot, and that means Reason has to go.
Oh,
and play.
Poor Reason. He faced 50 shots yesterday. Was probably hoping to get a rest tonight. Has to come back in. So Tim Carey still on the ice, but it looks like the referee was telling him to get off. Nichols arguing with the referee now. I thought maybe it was Nichols actually that got tossed in the fight, but I guess I got the numbers wrong watching that.
Yeah, that would have been 55, Logan Willis.
Yeah, I must have misread it on the jersey. Discussion still going on.
Yeah.
Tim Carey still arguing his case to the referee. And Reason is getting dressed, is getting onto the ice. Yeah, I think looks like Tim Carey, he is getting tossed. A little bit surprising, actually. I thought because he didn't drop the gloves and he threw the punch with his trapper hand, with the glove hand, I thought maybe that would just be a roughing call. So a little bit surprising to see he actually got tossed for that.
Yep.
So power play now for the Swarm, or rather, we're going 4-on-4 for now. Ooh, and that's Jackson Fontaine off the post. Early test for Reason, and beats Reason. Reason actually didn't even warm up before this game. He just sat on the bench and had a relaxing time, so he is not warmed up at all. And thrown over to Sandoy, who's unable to control that puck in the air. Cycles it back to Domitau behind the net, taking his time to Luke Simon, looking for a shot to test Reason. Easy save for Reason. Getting a little bit warmed up. Fontaine on the point, back to Sandoy. Sandoy circles around. Back to Fontaine, to Luke Simon. Simon on the backhand, throws it towards the net. Deflection by Domitau, but didn't get much power on that, and it just trickles to Reason, who makes his third save since coming in.
And there's a Fontaine with the lower post shot.
You can see Simon Carlson in the chat. Hello from Sweden. Hello from New Zealand. Thanks for joining us. It's your southern neighbors, right, in Sweden?
This is our
if
western
I get my
neighbors.
geography. Western neighbors.
Yeah. Heja Sverige.
Is that Swedish?
Yes. That's much as I remember.
Definitely no more Swedish than I do. So the draw is outside the Devil zone, in the neutral zone. March wins it, passes it back to Ruzicka. Kyle March, although he's listed on the fourth line for the Swarm today, has had a lot of ice time today after an impressive performance yesterday. March again with the puck, carrying it in. Swarm taking advantage of this extra space as we're 4-on-4 at the moment. Ooh, and just awkwardly thrown to nobody by the Devils. An aggressive forecheck. The Swarm almost forced a turnover there.
March and Houlihan giving the pressure and not letting them get off from the corner.
Yeah,
but now Luke Tappan has it, and Red Devils get some time before the Swarm power play starts in just 5 seconds.
And carried in by Orr. Orr loses the puck, though, with Remy whacking at his stick. And Orr again with the puck, unable to get a shot off. He's pressured by two Swarm defensemen.
Now Luke Simon starts the power play rush. Off the ice, he'll take it himself. Yesterday he scored like this.
Yeah, he scored a beauty yesterday. Snipe top shelf on Reason. Jackson, nice pass through the legs to Simon. And, oh, Kozak with a shot and an excellent save by Reason. Tested early. I think Reason actually slid over a little bit too far. Maybe he was expecting a one-timer from Kozak, but managed to get his glove on that shot. Excellent save by Reason. And we'll redo that draw. Kozak against Reese in the circle. And the Swarm again win the draw. They've been excellent in the face-off circle today. And it's thrown all the way down the ice. And Connor Parr, who has not been busy, facing only one shot, gets a touch of the puck to keep his hands warm. Jackson Fontaine flying through the center. Dangles around the Devils defenseman and gives it to Sandoy in the corner, who avoids a check. And a nice pass through the seam to Polozov, or Vortnov rather, and an excellent save by Reason. Another big save He's been solid since coming in so far.
Yeah, both Vortinov and Kozak getting some good chances from the left slot. Great pass from Fontaine here, and you see it touches the forearm of Reason.
Yeah, beautiful pass by Jackson Fontaine, right through the seam. It's McDonald back there, cycles it around to Vortinov, or Dalmatau rather, behind the net. Dalmatau back to McDonald. McDonald back to Dalmatau. Dalmatau to Ruzicka, winds up, fires. Oh, and a nice catch by Reason with some traffic in front. Important thing there, not giving up a rebound with Atwell sniffing around the slot.
Nice slapper there from Ruzicka, straight into the glove. And Houlihan pass to Ryan McDonald, puts it in deep in the corner.
McDonald receives it again. Back to McDonald, to Ruzicka. Ruzicka winds up for a slapper. Oh, and he hammers it in.
This
What
time
a
it
goal.
goes in. Ruzicka from the point. A low slap shot. Manages to penetrate Reason.
Reason was quite deep in his net, but I think it's was that Atwell standing in front of him, kind of preventing him from gaining more depth. Hard to tell if Atwell was actually, do you see if he was standing in the blue paint? The blue paint's quite faded on this
I
ice.
was thinking the same thing. Like it looked like
Possible
Ruzicka
goal
was able
interference
to
shot.
shoot where Atwell was standing, and Reason was unable to reach for that shot.
And finally, Connor faces his second shot on goal. So the puck is thrown in from the neutral zone. Just making sure he's awake. Vortinov carries it in, but is stripped of the puck. Luke Simon goes back to retrieve it. Simon exchanges with Fontaine. Fontaine flying through the neutral zone, using his speed. And he's stripped of the puck. But the Swarm retrieve it again before the Devils can do any damage. Simon patiently carries it in and throws it into the Devils zone. The Devils able to clear it, and we have a breakaway coming. Connor Parr comes out of his net with the poke check. Luckily, he's still awake and was paying attention.
Come
Well
on,
done by
statisticians, count that as a save. That was a great play from Parr.
Yeah, great play by Parr. It's good he made that decision early and came out and poked it. Avoided facing, I think that was Esposito coming in, or maybe it was Hunt on a breakaway. Sandoy in the corner. Back to Vortinov at the point. Vortinov patiently looking for Jackson Fontaine. Jackson into the slot. Kozak unable to control and get a shot off. Jackson with the puck again. Throws it into the corner. Vortinov goes to retrieve it. Battle in the corner there. Kozak comes out with it. Goes back to the point but misses his player. And it's back to Parr. Parr getting another touch on the puck. Nice pass to Ruzicka to keep that play going.
Last minute of play in the first period.
Houlihan behind the net. Tries to center it. Hits only a skate. And the Swarm still with possession in the Devil's zone. Ruzicka manages to keep it in. Ooh. And the Devils player is hammered behind the net. And the Swarm still managed to maintain it in the Devil's zone. Still in the Devil's zone. And finally the Devils get it out. Esposito just fires it all the way around into the Swarm zone. And Brown chased down by Houlihan. And Houlihan almost forces a turnover, but the Swarm actually maintain or gain possession in the Devil's zone rather. Oh, Houlihan throwing a big hit on number 8 behind the net.
The whole Swarm team now playing a very physical game. I saw Ryan McDonald and Houlihan just chasing for a big hit.
Yeah, it's good to see, especially because we're playing on big international-sized ice. We're not playing on the sort of smaller North American ice, so often you see a less physical game on this sort of ice surface. So it's good to see the Swarm still maintaining that physicality and bring it to the Devils.
Yeah, but that's the end of the first period. We'll be back, but it was a great period for Swarm, and join us back after this intermission.
Period. The Swarm
Tēnā koutou katoa, and welcome back to Botany Downs in Auckland, New Zealand for some more New Zealand Ice Hockey League. And we're at the hive of the Botany Swarm against the Canterbury Red Devils. And Bartek, we saw a pretty dominating performance from the Swarm in the first period.
Yeah, Connor Parr, the Swarm goalie, only faced 2 shots against, one of which was from the red line, from center ice. He has not been busy. On the other end, Tim Carey faced a lot of shots. I'm not sure how many he faced himself before he got ejected from the game, ejected for fighting, which personally I think that was a little bit questionable. As we saw, Atwell ran into Tim Carey, and Tim Carey gave him a punch with the glove hand, which isn't usually considered dangerous because you're catching glove. It's not exactly a hard, dangerous object. I think maybe the referee thought he gave a blocker. As the blocker hand, you have a nice hard plastic board in there, so that can be dangerous. So maybe the referee thought he gave a blocker punch, and that's why he ejected him for fighting. I thought he was just going to get roughing. And we also saw, was it Willis on the Devils who got ejected as well?
Yep.
And by the way, for the viewers, I think we might play a slightly shortened game. I know for sure they're skipping the handshake line at the end, not because of the rough stuff that happened in that first period, but because the Devils have to catch a flight home. So they'll need to hurry up and get out of here ASAP to get to the Auckland airport.
Yeah. I like your commentary, Bartek, on the goalies. Very insightful always, and you empathize as a goalie with the goalies quite a lot.
That's right. We've got a goalie duo here commentating for you. Marku, part-time goalie in both inline, ice, and floorball as well, right?
Yep, that's right. All those candy sports.
All the goalie positions. Field hockey as well, maybe. Oh, and a chance here for the Swarm. It's in the slot. Unable to get it on target.
Now, Red Devils are going to try to get a couple of more shots on net.
And I think maybe that will count as a shot.
That did count as a shot.
Just making sure Cotter doesn't fall asleep. Houlihan carries it into the zone. Oh, and a nice move there and brings it in, and a big save by Reason. Massive save by the Devils goalie there to keep Houlihan off the board after a beautiful move by the Swarm forward. And Ruzicka carries it up. And Dolmore manages to retrieve it. Coming in 2-on-3, fires a long shot onto Connor for his 4th save of the game, though he hasn't really been tested this game. Fontaine with a shot and a big save by Reason. Absorbs it into his chest. He's been tested twice.
I love seeing New Zealand talent like Jackson Fontaine play. Such a fast hands and fast legs.
I love the intensity that Jackson plays with. He's not a big player, but he throws his body around, not afraid to get physical.
Yeah.
And love to see him get his feet moving. He's just absolutely flying out there.
Seeing him play, you'd think he's one of the imports.
Yeah, I think he grew up in Colorado or New York before moving to New Zealand, but I think he's got his New Zealand citizenship now and has represented the Ice Blacks already. In fact, assisted the first ever game-winning goal for the Ice Blacks on Australian territory when they beat the Mighty Roos. I believe maybe it's not the Mighty Roos. I forget what the nickname is. It is the Mighty Roos,
Is it?
Oh, I got it right.
Of course it is.
Whatever the Australian ice hockey team is. Him and Regan on the Admirals, combined together to seal the win for the Ice Blacks against Australia, the first ever win.
Yeah, that was a great game to watch. New Zealand getting the win against the Aussie rivals. And we got comments on the chat. You forgot to mention the Toe Dragons champions. Yes, and we have a lot of Toe Dragons on the Botany Swarm from the Summer League playing
so I know what team you're cheering for then.
Yeah. So it's good to see Michael Atwell, Ivan Dalmatal, Luke Simon, and Leonard Wimmer, Dima Koptev, Ryan McDonald, all these guys that have played.
Yeah, my team is the Mooseheads, and I've had the pleasure of playing against you and your Toe Dragons twice in a row in the playoffs. Absolute menace of a team. So much firepower out there. And I'm not sure what's going on here. As the referees are having a chat with the Devils bench. Not sure what they're discussing at the moment. I mean, this game needs to get underway quickly if the Devils are going to catch their flight. And it looks like Hodge might be going to the box.
Yeah.
I guess that was because we saw the puck fired up into the netting, so I guess that was a delay of game penalty. I'm assuming is what it was.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was the whistle.
And this time the Devils get the puck off the draw, fired all the way down the ice onto Cotter. Cotter has faced most of his shots from past center ice this game. That's Houlihan with the puck behind the Devils' net, patiently looking for a pass. Cycles it back to Ruzicka at the point. Ruzicka over to McDonald. McDonald fires it off the blocker of Reason and into the netting.
Hard shot from Ryan McDonald, who has a New Zealand passport, even though he grew up in Canada.
I can vouch for the speed of his shot. Also a toe dragon, as you mentioned. And the Swarm again with the puck off the draw. Dalmatau behind the net. I was hoping he might try a Michigan there.
Yeah, I haven't seen him try. Did he?
I've never seen him do it in a scrimmage either. I don't know if he's practiced enough, but I'm sure he could do it with a bit of practice.
He's
Very
had some
talented
time.
player.
He would have had some time.
Oh, and a nice pass there. And big save by Reason. McDonald very patiently did not shoot it. Went to the backhand, tried to tuck it around Reason. Reason had to be sharp. And a nice pass by Connor Parr there to set up Houlihan. Maybe he'll get an assist. Oh, and a big save by Reason. And the goal light went off for some reason. Maybe the goal judge got a little bit too excited there. So no goal. Referees have not signaled the goal. Big save by Reason. They're on a breakaway. And the Devils pass it all the way back to their own goalie. Reason behind the net.
Luke Simon first to the puck.
Yeah, Simon blocked that clearance by Reason. The puck goes all the way back down the ice. McDonald, or rather Sandoy, chases that down. New Wayne Gretzky, as we call him. And in case anyone's watching, we're not saying he's the new Wayne Gretzky. He's from Niue, the island of Niue. And we call him New Wayne Gretzky since he's the best ever player from that island, without a doubt. Or the best ever hockey player, I should say. And the penalty is over. And we've got a breakaway here. One-on-one. And, I think we might get a penalty shot possibly, as I think that was Orr on the breakaway was hooked coming into Connor, almost steamrolled the goalie.
That was a slashing call from the ref.
Yeah, I think that
Jackson Fontaine going in for slashing on that play.
So it won't be a penalty shot. I'm not 100% on the rules on when you're allowed to call a penalty shot, but I thought when you're on a breakaway and something like that happens, that should be a penalty shot. I don't know the rules well enough to say, but either way, the Devils are going to the power play and a chance to get back into this game. It's 3-0 to the Swarm at the moment. And the Devils do finally manage to win a draw and get possession in the Swarm zone. Back to the point. Esposito on the point, fires it into his own player. I think that was Hunt that he hit at the side of the net. Dollamore at the point, chips it to his player. And a centering attempt. I think Connor made the save there off a little deflection off that centering pass. Back to the point, back to Esposito. It's on his backhand though, unable to control it cleanly. And he just wires it around the boards. Back to the other side. Number 8 loses the puck and it's fired all the way down the ice.
Tough break for the Red Devils, looking to get on the board, and they haven't gotten a lot of shots in this game. Now's the chance. The 1 minute left on the power play.
Esposito, he's a threat. Oh, and a dangle, but unable to deke Luke Simon, the young defenseman, stands tall and stops Esposito. Esposito's an absolute threat one-on-one.
Yeah, and Luke Simon's been great in this game. Physical play. Young player, can one of the Swarm top defensemen already.
Yeah, excellent player. I think he's only about 19 or 20. I taught him in his first year at Auckland Uni last year, so I'm guessing he's still either 20 or 19 at the moment. But he plays with a lot of poise, plays like a very experienced player, like someone who's 28 or 27. But he's still got that youthful speed. The Devils, with 25 seconds left, enter the zone. 25 seconds left in their power play. looking for an option. And that's Tapin, Luke Tapin, to his defense partner. Gives the puck away to Ivan Dolmatau. Ivan looking for Atwell in the neutral zone, but puts the puck behind his teammate. And the penalty runs out without the Devils really getting any sniff at goal. Esposito, very talented player for the Devils, fires it, but wide. And it's thrown back on net. Connor gets his stick on it and chips it into the corner. Ruzicka back there with the puck to Sandoy. Sandoy to Kalmarch, blows through the neutral zone but loses the puck. But the Swarm still managed to maintain possession in the Devil zone, thrown into the slot and almost bounces on net, but Reason tucks it into the corner with his stick. Devils carried in, and another long shot on Connor. Oh, and a mistake by Connor Parr. Fails to catch the puck, and it's tapped in by the Devils. I can sympathize as a goalie. That is rough. But that's the sort of thing that happens when you're cold. Connor hasn't faced any real serious chances this game. Probably feeling a little bit sluggish, and fails to make the catch, and his team pays for it. It is 3-1 now for the Swarm as the Devils get one back.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation on whether to poke it or cover it, and the Red Devils get on top of it. I missed the player who got the goal, and we'll tell you that once we get it on the score sheet.
Yeah, I missed who tucked that in as well. I was not expecting that to end up in the back of the net. McDonald just chips it high into the Devils zone. We'll see if that goal energizes the Devils and gets them back into this one, as they've been on the back foot all game. But the Swarm aren't going to just lie back and take it, as McDonald applies some pressure behind the net, throwing a few hits. Houlihan retrieves the puck in the neutral zone and gives it away. That's Dollamore with the shot just wide. And Houlihan battles along the boards, comes out with a puck, and we've got a breakaway. Houlihan, and oh, big save, and he scores, picks up his own rebound. Houlihan tucks it in past Reason. Reason made the first save, but couldn't get to that rebound.
Partial breakaway here for Houlihan. He manages to get that shot off and catch his own rebound.
That is unfortunate. Unfortunate for Reason, I should say, making a big save, but the puck bounces right into Reason's stick, into Houlihan's stick, and he's able to tuck that back into the net, restoring that 3-goal lead for the Swarm.
Yeah. Before that, the goal by Red Devils was scored by Mason Rees, number 27.
Thanks, Marku. And a chance here, and another big save by Reason. Massive save by the Devils goaltender. Another massive save. Huge again, and another one. Reason standing tall, not phased at all by that goal he just gave up.
That was a one shot, a second shot. Then Kozak goes in for a third shot.
That was all three, the triple threat. He made a save on Fonte, Dalmatel, and then Kozak. Well done by Reason. And Esposito drives wide. We have a 3-on-1 developing. Esposito looking for the pass. Excellent defensive play by Sandoy. Lies down and takes away the pass option for Esposito. Completely neutralized that 3-on-1 chance. And Sandoy back the other way. Jackson throws it into his own player, and a turnover here. 1-on-1 developing now. And a shot, and this time Connor fails to catch again, but able to swat it down and cover it.
Shot by Dallimore, covered by Parr.
See Timmy Haight in the chat saying penalty needs to take away a clear chance at a shot for a penalty shot. Thanks, Timmy. I'm a goalie, so I only focus on the rules that are relevant to me, like people running me over.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's
However,
right.
I've seen a lot of refs call those slashes and hooks on
and a
breakaways.
shot here high over the net. Connor almost had to make a big save. And the Swarm retrieve that. Oh, and a turnover. And that's Wimmer back there, able to prevent that from turning into something dangerous. But the Devils looking a little bit more energized after their goal, maybe a bit more belief that they can come back into this one. We see them finally applying some pressure to the Swarm. Good battle there in the corner. It's Esposito throwing some hits. And Tappan chases the puck down, no icing. And he is attacked by Vortnov, who managed to strip him of the puck. The Devils get it back and just loft it in to the Swarm zone with, I think that's Esposito chasing behind the net, but Leonard Wimmer knocks him off the puck. Young Leonard managed to knock much bigger player. And Vortnov looking for a shot. Oh, and a big save by Reason. I think he didn't get the best look at it. Came just off his shoulder and over the net. Oh, and a tripping call coming here as Kyle Marsh touches up. That'll be Vortnov going to the box to think about what he's done as he tripped up the Devils player.
Yeah, Vortnov going past and giving a sword hit to the legs of the Red Devils player, and he goes down. As you can see here, bam, down.
So it's good to see people from all over the world tuning in. We have Vancouver, we've got Sweden, we've got Ireland. Let us know if you're watching from some other exotic location far away from little New Zealand. The Devils win that draw with possession on this power play. Number 8 tries to cycle back to his defenseman, but it's picked off by Ivan Domitau, and he springs Jackson on a partial breakaway. Jackson one-on-one. Oh, and a big blocker saved by Reason. Jackson goes hard into the boards, but luckily he's okay.
Great short-handed opportunity for the Swarm.
And an excellent save by Reason. He's been big when called upon here. Brown, number 8, fires it with Connor, struggling to look through the screen, but it goes wide. Luke Simon behind the net, battles for the puck, and the Devils come out with it. Oh, and attempted to pass back to his defenseman, but Brown does get it in the end. Brown looks for that pass all the way across, retrieves the puck again, and I think that was off a skate and just wide, didn't get into the slot. Fired around the boards by Luke Simon, but Brown retrieves it. Brown looking for shot options. Jackson challenges him. And Tappan challenged by Domitau and turns it over to Luke Simon, who fires it all the way down the ice. Reason has to retrieve it as Domitau chases, but Reason is patient and maintains possession. Gives it back to Brown with 36 seconds left. Devils still have a little bit of time for another push, but their pass is off, and Rujic has got it and fires it up the boards. Stopped by the Devils player. They do maintain possession with 24 seconds left in this power play. And Ruzicka with the puck again, and just gently clears it up the boards. And March chases and actually does get the puck, but is forced off of it by the Devils defenseman. And the penalty is over. March, oh, and almost given away by Thuler there. And the puck comes off a skate, off Hodges' skate into the Swarm bench. Almost hits Houlihan in the face, but he just ducks at the last second.
And we get a little break from what's been a lot of action this period.
You can see Dan Stuhler from Vancouver. Let's go Action Jackson. I think he's a lot of people's favorite player, Action Jackson. Love to see him flying out there. And the Devils win the draw. They've improved a little bit on the faceoffs in this period after really struggling that first on the draw. Oh, and a big hit by McDonald. Just crunches Hodge into the boards. Some more hits along the boards.
It's an interesting change to put Ryan McDonald on the forward line and Leonard Wimmer down on the defense line. I haven't seen Wimmer play defense before. It's an interesting change-up from the Swarm this season.
Some argument there. I think there was an icing call, but it was the wrong call, and so the face-off will come back to center ice. Yeah, it is interesting seeing McDonald on the wing. They've dressed 7 defensemen tonight, so I guess they're trying to give Wimmer as much game time as they can, so moving McDonald up to the wing.
Both players can deliver some heavy hits. Even Wimmer, like a young guy, but
he's not
he's
a big
known
guy,
for
but he can hit.
Known for
quite
giving
impressive.
a lot of hits, yes. And McDonald, as a big guy, just delivers some bombs.
Yeah, for sure. I would not want to get hit by McDonald. And had some protesting from the Devils bench. Not sure what that was about, but we're going to get underway now. Atwell wins that draw. Back to Houlihan. Atwell retrieves it behind the net as Houlihan throws it around. Battling for the puck. And that's McDonald who comes out with it. McDonald looking for a centering pass. And I think that was Houlihan had his stick tied up. Houlihan with the puck, looking for a pass option. Nice pass into the slot. Sandoy fires it off a skate. And that's Reese carrying it up. And throws a reverse hit on Sandoy. Houlihan driving through the center. That's Dalmatow trying to get back to Houlihan, but goes off a skate. And the Devils back through the neutral zone. Esposito, who's being excellent for the Devils. Dollamore with a shot, but it's over the net. They actually struggled to get the puck on target yesterday as well. A lot of shots high or wide. They just need to get it on net. I mean, Connor's not had much action, so he's quite cold there as a goalie. So you need to test him.
Not many shots and most of them wide, so that's not a good combination.
And, oh, the puck, I think it was in Dallamore's pants or something. Lost sight of it. But Kozak gets it and drives into the Devils zone. Kozak looking for the option for Jackson Fontaine. Oh, and Jackson is tripped. And will get a Swarm power play. Another opportunity for the Swarm to extend their lead. Seeing that replay now. Jackson avoids the poke check and the stick ends up in his skates. I think that was Gallagher who tripped him. Number 32 will be serving 2 minutes or less.
On the chat, Admiral's goalie Chaba gets some love. Chaba the Hutt. I love that nickname.
His favorite player, Chaba the Hutt.
I might have to use that.
That's a great nickname. Dalmatow with the puck. Dalmatow back to Houlihan. Houlihan to McDonald. McDonald to Atwell behind the net. Atwell avoids the check. Maintains possession. McDonald with the puck. Fires it towards the net. Oh, and a double deflection. Reason doesn't see it. And Dalmatow tucks it in. A bit of puck luck for the Swarm as it actually bounces off 2 players, I believe, before ending up right on Dalmatow's stick on a plate. Reason has no idea where it is. Double deflection. Reason's looking around, and Dalmatow is first to the puck, just slips it in.
Reason can't find it, but Dalmatow has that long stick, and he's always hungry for the puck. Able to tip it in this time.
So we have a 4-goal lead now for the Swarm. Bit unlucky for the Devils there. They have a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this one.
I don't know if Dalmatow has a long stick, but he has a long reach. He's able to steal that puck from quite a distance.
Kozak with the puck to Dalmatow. Just scored. Dalmatow. Oh, and he bats it in.
An amazing goal.
Out of the air, a baseball-style swing. Whacks it out of the air on his knees, and it is 6-1.
Dalmatow riles up the audience. He goes down, flips it up. Reason flips it up, and Dalmatow bats it in.
From the floor into the back of the net. Dalmatow gets the crowd fired up. I'm sure you're happy to see your teammate from the Toe Dragons get 2 in a row. Those 2 in maybe a minute, less than a minute. Surely there wasn't much time between those 2 goals.
Let's see how many seconds that was between Dalmatow's 2 goals. That was amazing. Love seeing that. Bounce, and bat in.
Good to see Luis Hernandez. Hello from America, from the Golden State. Golden State is California, is that right?
Isn't that? Yeah, San Francisco, right?
Right, because they've got the Golden Gate Bridge. I think Golden State's California. Thanks for joining us. Oh, and it's in! Out of nowhere, fired in. another unexpected goal by the Swarm. It is 7-1. They're running away with this one. Seeing this on the replay now. Back to Sandoy, and I assume, yeah, it looks like Reason didn't see that one. He reacted late with the screen. There was a Swarm player and a Devils player standing in front of him. No chance for Reason. Swarm are running away with it. 33-10 the shot, 7-1 the score.
This will be known as a black minute for Red Devils. Yeah, and then we get, it was a 24 seconds between Dalmatau's 2 goals.
And probably not much longer before Sandoy got that 7th one.
Yeah.
Devils in a big hole here. They're going to need something before the end of this period if they want any chance of making a game out of this.
Yeah. Game being 7-1, I think they're hoping they're already on the plane back.
Possibly. Oh, and another puck batted out of the air. I think that was Kyle Marsh this time. Bats his own rebound out of the air, but Reason this time takes it to the chest.
All right, Botany Swarm 6 goal, his second on the night. Score number 17, Ivan Delgado.
And there's the goal by Sandoy. Shot in. Nothing fancy about it. Reason just doesn't see it through 2 players.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to stop a piece of rubber coming at you at 100 kilometers an hour if you don't see it. And number 8 with the puck for the Devils. Oh, throws it, but it's intercepted by Houlihan. Houlihan's been really good today, I think. He's looked fired up. And a chance here for Houlihan with a shot. Big save by Reason. Lovely blocker save. Excellent technique by Reason with the blocker. As you saw, he elevates that, ramps it up into the netting to get a whistle. Very technically sound goalie, Reason.
Yep. Good save from Reason. That was headed in.
Yeah, that was an excellent shot and a better save by Reason. Reason's been quite good despite the score. He came in cold after Tim Carey got ejected for fighting. He didn't even have a warm-up before the game. He was just relaxing on the bench, was not expecting to play, but he's been sharp so far. And a chance here. Oh, and almost a one-timer for Kozak into the gaping net, but unable to get a stick on it. Ruzicka with the puck evades the Devils forward. Hodge, who's trying to strip him, and he throws it into the slot, but Reason is sharp, gets a stick on it. Devils really struggling here to get anything going as the Swarm apply more pressure. Kozak with the puck along the boards. Kozak evades 2 players, Dalmatau. And a shot from the point. Reason makes the save through a lot of traffic. That would have been tough to see. And a shot all the way from the blue line. Connor finally getting something on net. Trying to stay awake back there for the Swarm. Only faced 11 shots, and I think about half of them have been from around the red line. Devils with a chance here. Tapin with a shot, but Connor snags it. I don't think he got very much on that shot. Fumbled a little bit, but Connor was up to the task to just scoop it up into the glove, get the whistle.
That was quite a hard shot from Boole from a long distance, but Parr didn't have any trouble saving that with the blocker.
Devils win that draw. Definitely improved so far on the faceoffs, but the Swarm are aggressive and retrieve it. And Janssen with the puck through the neutral zone with Vartanov in support. Fires it onto Reason with a good stick into the corner. Another big save by Reason. It's kept in there, I think, by Hay. And it's fired high. Vartanov bats it down, maintains possession. Back to Thuler, the Swiss defenseman, to Vartanov. Vartanov around behind the net looking for an option in the slot, and it's shot by, I think that was Hopkinson, just wide of the net. Didn't make the best connection on that one-timer, but really nice setup by Vartanov. And Janssen fires it around. Swarm still with zone pressure, and finally the Devils might be able to exit. Looking for a long pass to Esposito. Esposito 1-on-3, fires it low. Connor gets a stick on it. It goes in the corner.
We talked about Esposito and Hunt being important players for the Red Devils, but so far, it's been hard for them to be visible as the Swarm have been just rolling 4 lines relentlessly. And even with 7-1, they're not giving up.
Yeah,
They've got a lot of players who want some ice time and get on the board tonight.
yeah. I think the Devils, if they want to get back into this one, they'll definitely need something from Esposito. I think they might end up using Esposito as a bit of a cherry picker. With the Swarm applying so much pressure, they could use him as a high forward and try and get the puck to him quick and get a one-on-one opportunity against the Swarm defensemen. They're just really struggling to generate any offense with the way they're playing at the moment.
Oliver Hay gets it deep, and March goes there to battle for it.
And the Swarm still applying that pressure. Luke Simon on the half wall. Back to Marcus McDonald. Marcus McDonald to Sandoy, and he's got an opportunity. Reason can't see anything. No chance for Reason. Sandoy, his second goal of the game. Again, the Swarm set up an excellent screen there, and I think the Devils player was contributing to that screen. That was
no one in front. Sando just walks into the goal, and you called it before the puck was in the net. He couldn't see a thing.
Yeah, as long as Sandoy gets anywhere into the net, it's in. Reason just can't see anything. And it is 8-1 for the Swarm. Absolute thrashing tonight.
Yeah. After Dalmatal gets a couple,
and now another
then
chance
Sandoy
here.
gets
Atwell passes across, and I think he missed his target. I think he was hoping for McDonald. Houlihan retrieves the puck, though. Houlihan with a nice move into the slot and a chance here. And I think he just fired that wide. I'm not sure if Reason got a piece of it or not. And that's Hunt chasing. Connor Parr comes out to play and nicely fired over to Marcus McDonald. Long pass to Atwell. Atwell just gets it, but is stripped of the puck behind the Devils net. And the Devils throw it out of the zone. Houlihan with the puck again. He's been all over. Oh, and a nice snag by Reason. Flashes the leather.
That was a fast snapshot from Houlihan. He's been dangerous.
He's been excellent. I think, in my opinion, maybe the Swarm's best player tonight, Houlihan. Been very impressed with his play. And
despite
actually,
not scoring yet?
We have a penalty coming. So there was a penalty called against the Devils. I'm not sure. Did you catch that? It might have been maybe hooking on Houlihan.
I was impressed by Houlihan's shot. I completely missed the penalty.
Yeah, I was enjoying the shot and the save by Reason. I'm guessing it might have been a hook on Houlihan, but we'll hear the call from Aaron Somerville. Vortnov on the point. Switches it to Fontaine. He's already got a goal tonight. Fontaine with a nice pass back to Vortnov, to Luke Simon. Luke Simon to Fontaine. Fontaine with a good opportunity. Oh, and he lights the lamp. Fontaine, I think that was barred down. Absolutely rips it. 2 goals on the night. It is 9-1 for the Swarm.
It's the same spot here. This time Reason sees it,
down.
but cannot beat Jackson's hard shot.
Action Jackson. Oh man, bar down. Love to see it.
Yeah. I was going to say that this penalty is going to go into the third period, but obviously not. If Jackson has
again
anything
with
to
the
save
puck.
it.
Jackson looking for a pass into the slot. Was looking for Kozak driving the net. So 2 goals on the night for both Jackson and Remy Sandoy.
And that's it for the action for the second period. Action Jackson.
Action Jackson wraps up this period with a beauty of a bar down shot. Didn't need the screen that time.
Yeah.
He just walked in and ripped it. So I hope you're enjoying this second period of action, or try to suffer through it if you're a Devils fan. Tough period for the Devils. What do you think the Devils need to do in the third period to get back into this one?
They need to regroup and think of something different. Whatever they're doing is not working. But we're getting a lot of goals. We're enjoying it here. Hey, we're Aucklanders here. We can't hide it. We love what we're seeing. It's been fun, and I hope you're enjoying too. But we'll be back for the third period. Welcome back to the live stream of New Zealand Ice Hockey League. And thank you for all the audience members here in Botany Downs coming down on this sunny, warm winter day to watch some cold ice hockey here on the hive of the Botany Swarm. Now, we've got some news about the league standings. So the Red Devils have been eliminated from this year's playoffs. And if the Botany Swarm, and it's a small if,
It's going to be a big ask.
if they win tonight, that means the Phoenix Thunder will also be eliminated from this year's playoffs. So that is that will determine the future playoff pairings. Because in this league, the first position, if it were the Sky City Stampede, would get a buy-in into the final, whereas the second and the third will play a semifinal pairing of games to make it into.
I think it's basically guaranteed, almost guaranteed at this point. We will have the semifinals in Auckland. It will be the Auckland Derby between the West Auckland Admirals and the Botany Swarm, most likely. And both teams are now playing for home ice advantage. So the Admirals are 1 point ahead of the Swarm at the moment. They had a bigger lead, but had that upset on Friday where they were beaten by the Thunder, the first one of the season for the Thunder. And then the Thunder took that second game to overtime and got another point out of that one. So the gap has closed, despite the Admirals beating the Swarm both games here in Botany a couple weeks ago. Now the Swarm are catching up to them, and they will just pip right ahead of the Admirals with a win tonight. So
yeah, that would be the repeat of last year, where it was the Admirals who were able to.
I think we had the semifinals here in Botany, if I remember right, last year. But it was, again, the Admirals against the Swarm last year in the semifinals again. So as we get ready to get underway, just so you know, as the Devils need to catch a flight back to Christchurch, we will not be having a handshake line at the end of this game. So it's not because both teams hate each other or because of all the rough stuff in that first period. The Devils just got to get out of here ASAP.
Yeah. But looking forward to this game, a bit of history. The game is 9-1, and the biggest Swarm win against the Red Devils was 12-0 back in 2019, just before the pandemic hit.
So they definitely won't be able to get a shutout here, and another save by Reason to start this period, but the net comes off and we'll get a whistle. As you might have noticed, the pegs that we use here in New Zealand are not the sort of high-quality marsh pegs that they use in the U.S., in Canada, and in professional, well, in Europe as well, in pro hockey leagues, where they drill all the way down to the concrete and you get a rubber peg in there. So the nets are quite stable. It's just a little metal peg, so they come off quite easily. And Reason's a big guy, so easy for him to knock off the net.
And also, we've got a hat trick watch here for 3 players with Sandoy, Dalmatau, and who's the third? Jackson, Fontaine.
Action Jackson.
All have a pair.
That's right. Lots of players getting in on the action today. I mean, I thought Houlihan might be my first star for the Swarm, but it's really hard to pick with so many players contributing tonight.
Yeah, Houlihan has one.
McDonald with a shot here and comes off the blocker awkwardly. Reason didn't quite see where that went, but gets out of danger here. And Tappan carrying it in. It's Luke Tappan, I believe Thomas Tappan plays here in Auckland in the BHL. I assume that's his brother.
Another toe dragon with my team, yes, Thomas
Oh,
Tappan.
beautiful move by Ivan Dalmatau. Speaking of toe dragons, he dragged it around the defenseman. Kozak with the puck at the point. Nice moves to keep possession with 3 players chasing him. The Devils retrieve it and give it away to Dalmatau. Dalmatau with a shot, gets blocked. And Dollamore manages to get it out. Passes it up to Reese. Reese 1-on-4, and he gets the shot off, but it's high again. The Devils have struggled to get the puck on target. A lot of shots high or wide this weekend. They need to put 8 past Connor this period if they want to tie it up. So they better start shooting on net.
Commentators calling for a hat trick of hat tricks. Let's make it happen.
Oh, I'd love to see that. Dollamore with the puck. Tries to center it. But Thüler gets it, coming in 2-on-2. Thüler, the Swiss defenseman, just chips it in behind the net. And Vortinov rolls off the hit, and we have a penalty coming against the Swarm, a high stick. I believe it was against the Swarm. I didn't catch that one. Did you see who that was, Marku? That
we are going to see shortly.
maybe it was just so Josh, our production manager, saying it's not a penalty. It looks like it's just a high stick on the puck. So face-off was outside the zone. Vortinov throws it into the corner. And it's whacked out of the air by Hodge, where he's stripped of the puck. Some high-intensity back-checking, and Vortinov coming in 1-on-3, goes into the slot, manages to maintain possession, still has it, just throws it towards the net, but doesn't get through to Reason. And Hunt trying to get out. Hunt again with the puck, just touches it out of the zone. Vortinov to March. March with a shooting opportunity here, and a big save by Reason. Unable to control the rebound, though, and it's still loose. And McDonald throws it behind the net. March chasing. Simon cycles it around behind. Marcus McDonald, the smaller of the two McDonalds, no relation between them, chasing down the puck. Now Hodge comes out with it 1-on-1, tries to deke past Luke Simon, but the young Swarm defenseman is ready for that. Got a net guard on the ice in the neutral zone there. Someone's lost it.
I could pick it up. I just lost mine somewhere.
It's probably a good idea to get one of those undershirts, cut-proof undershirts, so you don't have to worry about your net guard falling off.
Yeah.
As net guards are now mandatory in this league, following what happened in the UK last year, where a player sadly died from a cut to the neck from a skate. And Swarm driving to the net. The puck is in the slot. Reason's on his back. Reason, oh, and he still makes the save. Another big save by Reason. Complete chaos in the slot. And Orr gets the puck back. The Devils really struggling to maintain possession as they exit the zone. They're just throwing the puck out, giving it back to the Swarm over and over. Swarm applying so much pressure. Dollimore with the puck. Devils still can't get out. Finally force it out of the zone. Houlihan passes it back to Ruzicka. And Ruzicka with a nice move. The big man dekes past Dollimore. Confident move by the defenseman. He's the last man back. Nichols with the puck. Long pass. And a shot coming in. Connor with an easy pad save. And tries to fire it into the slot blindly, but it's intercepted by Wimmer. Thüler gets it up into the neutral zone, but it's turned over. Reese throws it into the slot as Gallagher was driving towards the net, but it's out of his reach. That's Hay behind the net. Hay up to Kozak. Kozak waiting for some support, decides to skate it in himself. The talented Czech player. The reason why the Swarm tend to import so many Czechs, I think Kozak's got plenty of friends over in Europe who he gets to come over here, as we saw Stepanek last year, and now Ruzicka, two pro-Czech players coming to join the Swarm. Or Brown, rather, carrying in. Nice move by Brown, but nobody to pass to, and he gives it away. There's action. Jackson carrying it up to Kozak. Kozak to Dalmatau, but it's turned over. Now back the other way. Esposito, very talented forward, fires it high and wide of the net, and it's off to Dalmatau. Dalmatau throws it into the center, but no one there. And Dalmatau retrieves the puck again, a turnover. He's in the slot, fires it, and a good save by Reason. Nice moves by Esposito, doing it all himself. Maybe tries to do a little bit too much as he gets stripped of the puck just across the Swarm blue line. That's Janssen back to number 8. Fired. That was Vortnov, fires it over the net. And the Devils haven't really challenged Parr. He's had one long shot onto the pads, but nothing serious to deal with. And Hunt throws it into the corner. Hodge gives chase. The Swarm retrieve it and fire it around, but the Devils able to retrieve possession. Again, turnover to Vortnov. Vortnov to Sandoy. Sandoy unable to control that long pass. And it's knocked up the boards by the Devils. Devils with the puck, waiting for a player to get back onside, and a long shot on Connor Parr. I think Connor's faced maybe half of his shots from past the blue line, as Devils have really struggled to get any serious chances this game. Hodge trying to evade the forechecker McDonald. Doesn't have enough support, and it just fires it high, and it's turned over to the Swarm. Swarm relentless with their forecheck, not letting the Devils get anything going. The Swarm again behind the net, tries to center it, and ooh, that's number 25 knocked on his back, and looks like we have a penalty coming. That's Hunt going to the box, number 19 for the Devils.
Yeah, Hunt gave a big hit, but it's,
I didn't see anything dirty there. I thought it was a clean hit. I'm not sure what the call is.
Did Hay have a puck? Was it,
Could be interference. I thought he had the puck, but maybe it was a late hit. We'll hear from Aaron Somerville, our arena announcer, what the call is. Oh, so it was a late hit. Thank you, Josh Kretschmar, our production manager, letting us know it was indeed a late hit interference. Oh, we have two, number 19 and number 68. I'm not sure what the other penalty is for, maybe for arguing with the official. We'll hear that in a minute, as I thought it was just that hit that was being penalized, but it's 5-on-3. So a hat trick watch with
Dalmatau at the moment.
Dalmatau is on the ice looking for a Hattie. Houlihan with the puck. Ooh, a nice save by Reason with the stick, and it goes all the way down the ice. Ruzicka retrieving it. Dalmatau staying high, just hiding. And Houlihan carries it in, 1-on-2, plenty of space for these talented Swarm players to do some work. Houlihan to Dalmatau, Dalmatau behind the net, patiently back to McDonald. McDonald to Ruzicka, the big Czech defenseman, winding up for a slapper. Is he going to get the one-timer? Houlihan goes for it himself, but fires it wide. McDonald with the puck. Down to Dalmatau. McDonald with the shot, and a good catch by Reason. No rebound, snags it. And graciously hands it to the referee for a draw. With 1 minute and 11 seconds left in this 5-on-3.
So back to the hat trick watch. We have Remy Sandoy now chasing his hat trick.
And Jackson Fontaine as well on the wing.
And there he is.
Action Jackson. Over to Vortnov. And over to Jackson on the Hattie, and he goes for the pass, for the tap-in. Unselfish of him. Back to Luke Simon. To Vortnov. Vortnov drives to the slot, shot through traffic, but it's blocked and thrown down the ice. 47 seconds left.
Yeah, these players can't be thinking about hat tricks at the moment. It's still like 5-on-3 power play is important, and that needs to work going forward. These kind of special plays are going to be increasingly important. You get an opportunity like this going into the playoffs, so you need to have a play set up.
Sandoy, good battle on the boards. The defenseman's often been playing in a forward position on these power plays. He's a big guy. He's able to win those battles and cause some chaos in the slot. Sandoy, nobody can move him. It's passed over to Jackson. Action Jackson patiently back to Luke Simon to Vortnov. Vortnov with a shot off the shin pads, but Simon's able to keep it in. Switches it over to Jackson. Jackson fires it just wide of the net. And both of the Devils players out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. They successfully killed off this 5-on-3, which will be a morale booster for the Devils. Oh, and the puck is batted down, but the Devils player forgets where he threw it to, or didn't see it. I'm not sure. Either way, still in the Devils zone. Up to Dollamore. Dollamore carrying it through the neutral zone, coming in with some nice moves, but he's pressured, and Hunt passes it into the slot. Nobody there to get it, and it's thrown on net, but March is back there to tie up the stick. Thrown into the swarm zone. Ruzicka back there to retrieve it, the big Czech defenseman. March carries it in. Oh, and we've got a partial breakaway here coming. And a shot and a big save by Connor. Connor Parr hasn't been tested very much this game, but has been sharp when called upon, with only 1 goal against so far. And the only real opportunity of this period for the Devils so far, Connor comes up big.
Yeah, Esposito, one of their big guns, gets a shot, but no goal. Marcus McDonald rushes in.
1-on-1. And a shot, but it's off a stick and just wide. Marcus McDonald drifting through crease. They're interfering with Reason a little bit, but no call there. And it's thrown all the way up to Esposito. Esposito looking for Gallagher in the slot. Gallagher with a chance. Big save by Connor. What a pad save. His best of the night. Esposito set up Gallagher in the slot. Oh, and a nice move there. What a deke by Brown. Sets up Wells, and it's in the slot just wide of Connor. A penalty coming here against the Swarm. The 6th skater on for the Devils. Reason on the bench. The Swarm touch up. And we will get a power play for the Devils, as I believe that's Hay going to the box.
For interference.
So the call was interference against Hay, and now Hay gets the interference call. To see Adam in the chat, love to see the San Jose Sharks play the Devils. I know the Sharks suck, but I think they might have a bit of an advantage against the Devils. The New Zealand Ice Hockey League, well, it's quite good hockey. I think it's roughly comparable to about ACHA Division II in the U.S., college hockey. It's definitely not as good as the NHL, though we still love to watch it.
Yeah, this is entertaining, but to be real, that would be quite a one-sided affair.
Yeah, we do get a number of pros coming to this league, but they're usually from lower level leagues in Europe and the U.S. We don't generally get players from something like the American. I think we actually might have an American Hockey League player this year on one of the teams, if I remember correctly, actually, or ECHL, I believe. Anyway, the Devils trying to get something going, and a shot here coming. Unable to get his hands on it, though. An opportunity one-on-one with Connor Parr. And Ivan Dolmatau looking for Jackson Fontaine, who's on 2 goals and is just out of his reach. Almost set up his teammate Jackson for a partial breakaway there. Battle in the corner. Ivan and Jackson fighting for the puck, but the Devils come out with it. And the Devils with 49 seconds left carry into the Swarm zone. Just struggling to establish some zone pressure here. Hunt battling in the corner against Hopkinson. Comes out with the puck or with the puck. Cycles it around the boards to Hunt. Hunt back to his defenseman. And I think that was a shot pass attempt, but couldn't find its target. And the puck is all the way down the ice to Reason. And we have 18 seconds left for the Devils to maybe have one last push on this power play, but it's turned over here, and I think that will do it as Hopkinson fires it into the Devils zone. 7 seconds left before the Swarm player gets out of the box. Flying through the zone, Esposito almost goes one-on-one with Parr, just isn't able to maintain his hands on it at the last second. Good moves from Esposito. He's been the Devils' most dangerous player for sure this weekend. And that is an icing against the Swarm. Face-off will be back in the Swarm zone. Seeing on the replay now. Puck is whacked into the slot. Can't get a handle on it and just fires it high in the end over Connor Parr.
Yeah, it hasn't been easy for the Red Devils today to generate chances. And
yeah, we can see from the shot count, 51-17 the shots. Reason faced over 50 last night. I'm not sure how many he's faced today as he came in for, ooh, and another shot on target. Connor Sharp to get that into the glove, off the chest, into the glove, gets the whistle. Yeah, I'm not sure how many shots Reason has faced as he came in for Carey, who was ejected for fighting, but I think at least 35 to 40 shots today. So he's been busy this weekend, Reason. And Thuler behind the net with the puck. Defenseman goes back to McDonald. And Atwell carries it into the Devils zone. And it was offside. I think maybe Thuler just slept offside.
With a little over 5 minutes to go, I guess we can safely say to any Phoenix Thunder fans that the Dunedin team seems to be out of the playoff contention for this year.
Yeah, the Thunder have to be hoping that the Devils score 8 goals in the remaining 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
That would be historic if that
Oh,
happened.
and another goal!
Houlihan
on the board, one-timer, top shelf. No chance for Reason. Houlihan, who has been all over the place tonight. I don't think he's been on the score sheet yet, but he's looked excellent.
Yeah, this is his second.
Another hat trick watch then. 4 players sniffing for a hat trick. Houlihan drifts into that slot. Reason is still on his post. I think Reason didn't expect Houlihan to be completely unmarked, didn't get off his post in time, and Houlihan had a lot of net to shoot at and buries it. 10-1 for the Swarm. Absolute thrashing here tonight.
Like yesterday, over 50 shots put up by the Swarm. So, but we've seen a lot more goals.
And Reason forced to cover it up as McDonald comes charging at him. Reason has been good tonight, but not quite as good as yesterday. Yesterday, he had an all-time performance despite the loss. Tough to do that 2 nights in a row, especially being so tired and coming in cold for Carey after Carey was ejected. But he's done his best to give his team a chance and has made some big saves. Dollamore floating high, hoping to get the puck and get sprung on a breakaway, a partial breakaway. I think that's a tactic the Devils will need to use, to have a player high and just hope you can throw it to him and get a one-on-one opportunity as they've struggled to generate offense. And carrying it through the neutral zone, and it passes way off of Orr, though not icing. And the Devils retrieve it. That's a hit on Brown, but the Devils able to maintain possession. Goes into the slot, the Swarm poke it away. Axton Jackson chasing, Action Jackson going on a breakaway. He's on a hat trick, one-on-one with Reason. Goes to the backhand and he shows it! Hat trick for Jackson Fontaine. Action Jackson buries it. It is 11-1 for the Swarm. Beautiful goal. He's getting harassed on the breakaway. Goes to the backhand, shoves it into the roof. Beautiful finish by Jackson Fontaine.
Seeing him on a breakaway, this was expected. We've got our first hat trick. We got 4 minutes to go. Will we have another?
I like to think, since I taught him maths last year at Auckland Uni, I'd like to take credit for some of that. I'm sure he used some of the geometry I taught him to figure out the best place to shoot. So I deserve at least half the credit for that goal, I think. And Hopkinson over to Wimmer. And the puck is high in the air. Esposito gets the puck. The Devils playing for some pride now. They want to show their fans that they still care, that they're going to try and go for it. They don't want to just lay down and take it from the Swarm. Vortnov retrieves it. Ruzicka carrying it up alongside Janssen. Over to Janssen. Developing into a 3-on-2. Janssen tries the move. Maybe a little bit ambitious, but Ruzicka retrieves it behind the net. Back to Hopkinson. Hopkinson, very creative and sneaky player, but unable to get into the slot. And it's high up to Reese. Reese with Esposito. To Esposito. Beautiful one-time shot and a big save by Connor Parr. Really good release by Esposito. It wasn't exactly in his wheelhouse, but he still got a great shot off. Hopkins with a chance now. Big pad save by Connor. And Vortnov going in 1 against 2. He's got a great shot, though. Might try it. Instead, elects to take a safer route around the side of the net. And the Devils, with the puck, get tangled up with each other, and it's turned over to Kyle March. And almost a shot here in the slot. Number 29 gets a shot off, but it's blocked. And Reason still down. Almost tried to bank it in, one of the Swarm players. I think it was Marcus McDonald tried to bank it in off Reason's skate, but unable to do it. Dan Stuhler in the chat saying, lights, camera, action, Jackson. Love it. That's a good one.
Yeah, the crowd loves Jackson Fontaine.
Definitely a fan favorite.
And all those tricks.
Really nice kid, too, and a good student. He always studies hard. Hardworking hockey player, hardworking student. Glad to see him get his hat trick. And we have 3 more players on hat trick watch at the moment. One of them there is Houlihan. And, oh, big save by Reason, but it's loose. Everyone's digging at it. He gets the whistle. You know, I think having the black pads actually helps with getting those whistles. As you can see, Reason with the black pads, it's actually really hard to see the puck when it's in there.
It is true.
Yeah, I've heard some goalies enjoy the black pads, but some actually complain that they struggle to see the puck when it's down to their feet with the black pads.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a double-edged sword.
Yeah. I've got completely white pads, so
I
still don't see the puck.
That's a classic, the white pads. And another save by Reason in the RVH position. Swarm laying on the pressure, 58 shots to 20. Dominant performance by the Swarm tonight. And Atwell drives into the zone, patiently looking for a pass into the slot, just wide of McDonald, or just in front of him, rather. And a shot from the point. Reason doesn't make the catch off the cuff. It's in the slot.
Somewhere in his black pads is a puck.
Somewhere in his black pads. I thought maybe that was going to be in the back of the net. Another big save by Reason. He's been excellent today despite the score. Don't let this 11-1 score fool you. He's been solid in the Devils' net, done his best to keep him in this game. With 1 minute 28 seconds left, do you think we'll see another Hattie? We've got Ivan Domatow out here, who's on 2 goals.
And Sandoy.
Sandoy as well, 2 players sniffing for a hat trick. Long shot from Luke Simon. It's behind the net, into the slot. Kozak with a shot, big save by Reason on the backhand shot.
The Red Devils have now faced 60 shots.
Oh, man. What a shot count. 60 shots. That is tough. Action Jackson passes it up to Kozak.
1 minute remaining in regulation.
Luke Simon driving into the slot. Goes for the shot. Big save by Reason. He just squeezes and covers it up. So 52.7 seconds left for Sandoy or Domatow to pick up their hat trick. Domatow on the faceoff doesn't win the draw cleanly, and it's fired all the way down the ice. I think that should be an icing call. Referee calls it a little bit late, but that will be all the way back down the ice, and another opportunity for Domatow and Sandoy to get their 3rd goal, possibly.
Bit of words exchanged between the teams. I mean, game is already 11-1. Not sure what the
Jackson
emotions
with the puck
are
back
about.
to Sandoy. Sandoy to Domatow, and he scores! He gets the
scores!
hat trick!
Another hat trick!
Sandoy with the assist to Domatow. Double hatties tonight. The 2 young players, Domatow and Jackson Fontaine, picking up their hat tricks in this 3rd period. Do we still have time for another? Sandoy and Houlihan still looking for their hatties.
Do we have any hats left?
So the score is 12-1, almost the biggest margin in history between these 2 teams. If the Swarm manage to pick up 1 more goal in the last 40 seconds, they will tie that record of 12-0.
It's been brutal. But we saw it from the beginning. The Swarm came in with a real purpose in their play, aggressive, real energetic. They wanted this win, and they got a big win.
And I think that will be icing as Vortnov fired it all the way down the ice. Not sure why he did that, actually. A bit of an unnecessary icing there. But it doesn't really matter when the score is 12-1. I think we can safely say that at this point the Thunder are eliminated, as the Swarm will most likely close out this 12-1 margin with 12.6 seconds left. And the Devils win that draw forward, and a shot high over Connor Parr's head. Tappan managed to keep it in, cycles it around behind the net, and I think this one is over now with, yep, the buzzer goes, and that is a commanding victory for the Swarm. Dominant performance, 12-1 with 2 hatties. Action Jackson with the hat trick. Ivan Domatau also picks up the hat trick. One of the Devils player, the captain, number 9, goes over to shake some hands as the rest of his team quickly goes to the changing room as they need to catch a flight. Don't have time for the traditional handshake line tonight. So that was a dominant game for the Swarm.
That was.
Love to see it if you're a Swarm fan. Tough to see if you're a Devils fan, but I'm sure you still enjoyed watching Reason make some big saves and watching some beautiful dangles from Esposito.
Yeah, we wish the Canterbury Red Devils all the best in the rest of their season. It's not been an easy one for them, but we have settled the playoffs. It's going to be Sky City Stampede, Botany Swarm, and the West Auckland Admirals. So rest of the season we'll say which seed will the teams be in. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm normally an Admirals fan, but I was cheering for the Swarm tonight whenever they play against a non-Auckland team. But I'm definitely hoping the Admirals manage to get home ice advantage for those semifinals. So they'll need to jump back ahead of the Swarm, and the Swarm has just pipped past them with this win tonight.
Yeah. It's been exciting because the Swarm have been on top, then the Admirals came up behind. They've been building momentum all season and were able to beat the Swarm in that weekend. And so we'll see which team comes back, because the Swarm have made another comeback this weekend. So come back and see. Come back and watch the NZIHL a little bit more and see how the rest of the season and the playoffs go. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later.